Okay. Ooh, we got Space Wanderer. Space Wanderer with no warp-based field events either. Confusion and Sprint. Sprint is a nice one for... Oh my god, the turn 1 Halena aggression, dealing 4 damage to QPD and taking 3 damage in return. That's kind of insane. I can make orange rhyme with banana. Or Nana. Holy shit, you are the Nana. Yeah, immediate violence straight out the gate is pretty sweet. Actually, speaking of violence, we have, like, you know, Seagull, who's the most aggro of the neutral monsters. I can't even go over everybody's characters, because Halena, hyper aggro. Trying to finish off QPD does not find the finish off. Halena with her -1 attack falls to a Seagull. We got a QPD who's essentially build your own character, can get different stats depending on the cards that they draw. We got Nanako, who's going to be pretty invincible, but she might break out, who's going to be, you know, take no damage, but she's got low HP to, you know, I can't think of the word, so I'm going to give up on that sentence. I'm not very good at this. You never know when a Bits may fly out, that's all I'm trying to say. And you never know when a Jonathan Rush may fly out either. So, all of our players rotating around. QPD got a nice early 10 stars. Is going to be the first player that's ready and willing to level up. Just got to make it back to her home. I have no idea when Community Pack 3 came out. What I do know is that Charity is our first mystery proc, so enjoy your cards, everyone. Hopefully you get something good. I can see that QPD didn't get any pudding cards as her stats aren't boosted and she fell in battle to a chicken. Taking herself out of, you know, normal point. That's alright. If you're down for 1 turn, which you guaranteed to be, at least down for 1 turn, you will wake up with a normal point. 2 of our other players have now reached 10 stars. Magnesium Queen herself, Nanako, has almost 20 at this rate. Our first Confusion proc as well. Confusion? Here comes the more Halena aggression. With an I'm on Fire in hand, is going to use it against Seagull. Only finds 1 damage, however, and that Seagull proves to be a 7 goal. This is no ordinary Seagull. This is the legendary near extinct 7 goal. Gets up to 3 wins, you know, and then falls to a Roboball immediately after. You know, I hate to be a broken record in these commentated games, but I say this every time, and I say it for good reason. You love to get an early kill. Why? Why do we love to get an early kill? Because 2 wins allows us for an easy rush to level 3. Because you immediately have enough wins for your normal 3 check. In the meanwhile, QPD is our first player to level up as expected. As soon as they get up from being down, they have enough stars to get up to normal 2. Does QPD care about normal 2? Let's see. Well, her hyper costs level 3, so maybe not. Oh my god, we're going fishing. That's crazy, because a few turns ago, we asked GameFace asked Hanabot whether fishing would happen, and and Hanabot said, yes, it's a 100% chance there will be a fishing this game. Hanabot has never been wrong. It's crazy. Probably because, by the laws of probability, she almost literally can never be wrong. But, you know, it's okay. That's pretty fucking crazy, though, that she predicted a 100% chance of fishing, and then it happened on the immediate next mystery proc. This is kind of scary, honestly. But, and there's no weighting to her guesses either. It's true random, you know, at 5% increments. Fishing goes through. It looks like, I didn't pay attention to who won, but it looks like Seagull won and Nanako got second. Honestly, as much as a lot of people like to say fishing sucks, I hate fishing, getting an early fishing is nice because you could potentially get the 2 wins from winning the fishing minigame. It could set you up for a quick Norma 3, just like killing a player early can. Yeah, Seagull is already at 5 wins, which is a the next Norma check after Norma 3. That'll get you to a quick Norma 4, actually. We'll see, though, how much Seagull wants to push that if Seagull's interested in pushing levels quickly and summoning boss or not. QPD kills the neutral monster, is up to 2 wins now, but it's too late to select the 2 wins Norma. Halena makes it to a home, getting up to level 2, but landing on a discarded card, trap card. No idea what it could be. QPD's got a Treasure Thief. Does use it to steal a card from Seagull. Time will tell how good that card that was stolen was. Given by the Seagull player's reaction, it might have been a good one. Seagull, next player in the level 2 club. As expected, chooses wins Norma. You already got enough wins. That wins cannot be taken away from you. Might as well choose it. UPD plays a nice present. We can tell that she's fishing, I don't want to say desperately, but adamantly for some pudding cards, for some stats. And Nanako joins the rest of the players on level 2. All players now level 2. You never really know what stats a QPD could be going for, because you have no idea what cards she has packed into the deck. You never know if they're going to be the kind of QPD player that wants to go all aggression or wants to go all tank. You just never know. Seagull and Halena both on the same turn land on a home panel, get up to level 3. QPD immediately on the next turn, also level 3. Seagull has chosen wins Norma, the other two have chosen stars Norma. That's to be expected. Seagull already has the 5 wins. He's given the opportunity to level up immediately and will choose to do so. Boss is going to get spawned extremely early, turn 15 boss. Now, that is scary because, you know, you look at somebody who's number 4 already, turn 15, and you can say, oh my god, he rushed that. That was so fast. Nanako's level 3 now, by the way. We're going to listen to Nanako's song for a hot minute as players desperately try to get enough stars for their level 4 or 5 Norma. Safe journey played out of Halena. We assume... Well, she could end it immediately, but of course she chooses not to. I always find it interesting as to the idea of, do you want to rush Norma 4, or do you want to stall your Norma 4 level up a bit so that you can keep neutral monsters alive on the board and use them to get more wins? But it seems like Seagull said, no, I'm not interested in that. I just want to hit Norma 4 as fast as I possibly can. Summon the boss. The boss is going to fuck with, like, everybody else in the lobby. Pardon my French, but... Play the gods from QPD, summon some seagulls, brings Nanako down to 1 HP. Very dangerous. Very dangerous Nanako HP value. Seagull's gonna try to take advantage of that. Finds a fight with Nanako. Nanako has bits, though, and the bits are gonna give her a nice amount of evade. Not too many offensive stats, though, but it's enough to roll a 7 and take out the Seagull. Nice kill. Adds a little bit of stars to her pocket, but we have to wonder, what other cards does she have in her hand? Does she have enough cards to protect herself from future attacks? We know that Seagull has a low recovery. He will be able to get up and chase her. He will be able to attempt to in a reasonable amount of turns, although it is a sprint turn. Nanako is on the corner of the map that has her own home. She will choose to land on it, get up to normal 4, thanks to the stars she stole. Whew, I need a sip of water. While we have a break in the action here, as Nanako lands on a home panel to bring herself up to full HP, an air raid comes through, so honestly, great choice. Halena decides not to fight Nanako to level up, even though she's been extremely aggro prior. Does get up to level 4, Halena, so now 3 of our players are level 4, but none of them are close to having enough stars for level 5. The closest player to level 5, to be honest, is the player who isn't level 4 yet, which is funny. Confusion comes out. QPD, level 4. Every player here in level is now level 4. As a reminder, whoever gets 4th is getting rotated out of this game, so it's extremely close. None of the players are really that far away from each other in stars. Yes, Seagull has the least, but Seagull can pick up a lot of quick stars because he can steal a lot more from other players than other players can steal from him. QPD plays Sweet Guardian to draw some pudding cards. No idea what she has in hand, but she's going to keep the cards she drew. What if I was muted this whole time? That'd be hilarious. I'm not, but... We have no... Oh, we're going to have a stat reveal. Stat reveal. So, QPD has +1 attack and an increased evade up to +0. Plays an extension on the boss. Gets Excel Hyper, rolling 2, but only being able to deal 3 damage to the boss. And taking 3 damage in return. Does not quite die to Storm Manager. Nanako, will you decide? Decides not to fight QPD. Says no. QPD's standing on a boss panel. I'm not about to challenge somebody standing on a boss panel. I respect it. I understand. There may be future opportunities, but a sprint turn may just be the dice roll necessary to get QPD out of there, get her out of danger and out of Nanako's radar. We will see. Nanako now is our first player up to 120 stars, is our first player able to get up to level 5 once they make it to a home panel. QPD lands on her own home to heal up to 2 HP. What will Nanako do? Nanako decides not to loop around, instead goes straight to her home, is our first player to get up to level 5. Seagull will choose to fight her. She is at full HP and very tanky. So as a result, Seagull only finds 1 damage and takes 2 in return. Interesting. But he's able to heal 1 point of damage off, so both of our 3 HP players are now down to 2 HP. Cloud of Seagull's played by Nanako, trying to get either herself down to 0 for a nice clean self-KO, or get the Seagull off her back, but finds QPD, taking QPD out, so Seagull challenged her to a fight again, but she has another Bits on hand, rolling the exact same stats as last time, I think. That's kind of crazy. Gets an evade, but again, a low attack roll from Bits is not enough to take out Seagull. Seagull's still alive with 1 HP. Chasing, right behind her. Rolls a 5, it's not enough, does 1 damage, but the Nanako retaliation roll is low, it's only a 1, but Seagull fails the evade roll. Cannot evade the 1. Nanako is up to 167 stars, nearing match point, survives the encounter with the Seagull. There's an aggressive Halena right behind her. She's now got to somehow evade all of the attacks from all of her competitors. The massive compass on the flag girl on Halena that indicated that she used her hyper. Her hyper drains stars from her every turn, but it allows her to land on negative panels safely. QPD starts a fight with Nanako, is going to try to take the prize. Unfortunately, Nanako had healed up in the meantime. Only takes 1 damage. QPD is also down to 1 HP, but she lands on a home, gets up to level 5, and heals off 1 HP. Seagull says, okay, I'm gonna pivot up to trying to fight. QPD rolls a 1, so only 2 damage incoming. QPD decides to try and roll an evade to dodge that, but fails the evade roll. Seagull up to level 5 with 160 stars. It's a race now. Nanako and Seagull are both pretty decently close. Nanako decides to leave her island. There's too many people. All 3 players are in her island. Seagull follows her out of it, chases her out of it. But Nanako has another Bits that only gives her defensive stats, and it's enough to evade the attack. Rolls a 1 in retaliation. Seagull is able to evade that easily. Confusion turn. But Seagull is ready to continue chasing down Nanako. Helena's going to try to take the bounty for herself. Rolls a 3 and does find it. Takes out Nanako up to 199 stars, but is the only player remaining at level 4, so she does not have match points. Seagull elects not to land on his home. I respect it, because then Halena could just fight you to land on your home. Draws a card. Helena's over here generating more stars. This safe journey is turning out to be pretty decent for her. She's actually been able to generate a lot of stars even with safe journey, but Play of the Gods plays a super all-out mode from Nanako. Nanako's gonna fight Halena. Sorry, she's also always on my mind, but does not find very much damage and has enough defensive stats to not take very much damage in return, each player taking 1 damage. I did a bit earlier where I accidentally said Aegis, and then I said, sorry, she's always on my mind, so I had to do the callback joke. QPD starts a fight with Seagull with her boosted stats from Super All-Out mode, finds massive damage, does take him out, but it's still a Seagull, so you only take 25% of his stars instead of the full 50%. Not quite enough to push QPD over into match point, but it does make her now the closest to match point, sets Seagull back quite a bit. This has just been fight after fight after fight. Who will be able to rush? I mean, yes, QPD is the closest in terms of star count, but, you know, a couple lucky bonus panels from any of these competitors will be enough to, you know, make up for that difference, clear the distance. It all depends on the rolls. It all depends on where people land, whether you want to fight. QPD's in a bit of a precarious situation now, because does she want to end her turn in front of Seagull and risk being fought again? Does she want to pivot, leave the island she's currently on to try and return to her own home island? No idea. We will see what this player decides. I hope this isn't an indication of a desync or something. What's going on? Are you thinking? Am I still here? Did I desync? Am I about to get kicked out? Did the servers die? Players in the game can... Okay, well, no, it was just a delay. The CPU comes through. Interesting, okay. Good, I'm glad it wasn't server issues. Or a desync, for that matter. Another confusion turn. Who will Halena challenge to battle? Nobody. That random warp... actually, I don't know if that was a random warp or just warp panels. No, it was just warp panels, so... warp panels put QPD and Seagull on the same exact panel. Really funny because QPD now is going to roll and force herself to end her turn in front of Seagull. Unless she can land on another warp panel. It seems that this player had to step away, however. They may get kicked for AFK. I don't know what the rules are in OJ. That would be pretty sad if that had to happen. Especially considering how close to the end of the game this is. Oh, it's 3 AFK timers. I thought it was only 2. Okay. Well, that's good at least. It'll give them a chance to return. Oh, they're back. Fights the boss, however. The CPU is going to take over right at the end, right at the tail end of return. But tanky enough to enough HP to survive the boss encounter. Seagull, now, do you want to fight? Gonna play Jonathan Rush to fight who, though? Who do you choose in this instance? Chooses QPD to try and one-shot with Jonathan Rush with a big Magnum in hand, but only finds 1 damage. A nice defensive roll from QPD and a poor attack roll in return means she will not benefit from Seagull's hyper either. Halena lands in her own home, getting rid of her hyper stack, giving herself a little bit of stars from her own passive, but most importantly brings her up to Norma 5. So all 4 players are on Norma 5. QPD, only 5 stars away from winning, is given an opportunity to land on a home panel. QPD and Nanako are tied. Star for star, they're at the exact same number of stars, but Nanako's got herself set up pretty nicely. Next turn, we'll put 2 players over match point. Cloud of Seagulls comes out and takes out Nanako, though. So she will not be able to end the game on the next turn at all. It's going to depend on how many turns it takes QPD to rush back home and how many turns it takes Nanako to get up. That Cloud of Seagulls from Play of the Gods by Seagull might have just decided the game. Actually, it didn't, because QPD rolled a 6, went from one home panel to the other, and takes the win for herself. GG's. Last place is